an institution. He's able to heal us personally, and he's able to affect our institutions. He's able to intervene. He's able to empower our institutions where we collect, where we have our systems, our dysfunctional systems, and our dystopian societies that just don't work for us. We need some hope. We need some help. And although we have these elaborate systems, they don't do the trick. They don't solve our problems. And if they solved our problems, they would be extinct. We won't need these hospitals. We won't need these systems if the stuff really works. Do I have a church this morning? And so he's able to come to us institutionally, that is, in the church, and implement the power, the grace, the mercy of God to heal any ailing soul. So John says in chapter 5, verse number 1, after this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Verse number 2, he says, now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And I want to get verse number 3. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk. He says they are blind, they're weak, they're halt, and some of them are just dried up. But they're all waiting for the same thing. They all have the same expectation. They all anticipate something phenomenal taking place. But there is a discrepancy between 2 and verse number 3. And John is giving us these overtures in the text so that we can really comprehend what's transpiring in the passage. He does not want you to miss it. He says, on one hand, in verse number 2, there is this place called Bethesda. And Bethesda literally means house of mercy. I was born in a hospital in Boynton Beach, Florida called Bethesda. And what I knew as a child growing up is that a life is given at Bethesda because my mother went in there pregnant, she came out with me. It's a life-giving place. Women go in, but but they come out a little flat, and they have life in their hands. So Bethesda is a place that gives life. Not only that, but you can go into that place, you can be sick, you can have an issue, you can have a problem medically, and if you stay there just a little while, 9 times out of 10, you'll leave better than when you came. Because it's that kind, it exists solely to help us with our pains, our aches, our illnesses, and all of our medical issues. And that's the place that is here in Jerusalem. It's called Bethesda. It means house of mercy. And when these terms were used back in this time, when it was house of mercy, or house of fish, or house of bread, or house of God, Bethel, Bethsaida, and other Beths, it meant that this place was known for what it does. Bethel is house of God. So this house must have God in it because it's called Bethel. So if it's called Bethesda, it meant that there is mercy in the house. So the place is really defined by what it does. The identity of the place is synonymous with its purpose. If you go to the house of pancake, it ought to be clear that there are pancakes in the house.
Right.
And if you went to the house and there were no pancakes, Houston, we got a problem.
Right. Yeah.
Because I got up early this morning for pancakes, and I saw the sign up. It says house of pancakes, but on the inside they said we have no pancakes. We got a problem.
Right.
Why do you call yourself the house of pancakes if there are no pancakes in the house? Now you may have sausages, bacon, eggs, but if you have no pancakes, it's a discrepancy. There is obviously a disconnect.
Yeah.
So John is saying this place is called the house of mercy. Not only that, but he gives us a subtle symbol. He says that it has 5 porches, that there is a pentagon of porches, and if you Bible scholars are here this morning, you know that 5 is the number number of grace. Of course, when you hear the word 5 and you see 5 in the scriptures, there's an indication that there's grace in the place. Not only is it called the house of mercy, but it sends a clear signal that grace is at this place. So John is saying there's this place in Jerusalem called Bethesda. It has 5 porches, but verse number 3, he indicates that there is an impasse, that there is stagnation, that there is an obvious problem in this place, because in verse number 3, he says that in these 5 porches, under this grace, lay multitudes of weak people. He says that it is a public infirmary, that on one hand is the house of mercy. Power should be in this place. I mean, that's what it reads on the marquee, house of mercy. And when you see this marquee, it's easy to turn in because you have a problem. It's the equivalent of our crosses on our hospitals. There is a clear indication that medical attention is down this way because there's a cross, there's a sign, a universal symbol that I can get some help in this place. So 5 porches indicates that there's help in this place, but John says there's a problem. In these lay, not 1, not 2, not 5, not 10, but a multitude, scores of impotent folk. They're blind, they're halt, they're lame. And there are spiritual equivalents for this. There are people who are blind. They can't see spiritually. I'm trying to bring this to the church if I could. There are people at this place and they can't see spiritually. Their worldview, their paradigm is all messed up. It's convoluted. They can't see straight. They're halts. They have problems getting from one place to the other. It's difficult for them to transition from one place to another. It's difficult for them to move from one place, one situation, one stage in life to get to a clear destination. They have trouble. They need assistance getting from one place to the other. He says that some of them, not only do they have problems transitioning in life, they don't unfold properly. They don't process properly. But he says that some of them are withered. And the word withered means simply dried up. Their joints just dried up, skin. There's no clear sign of life on the inside, because the thing that gives life is not present. They're dried up. Okay, and if I can make this relevant for us, there are people who are dried up spiritually. They have no peace. The peace is dried up. They have no hope. The hope is dried up. They have no joy. The joy is dried up. And they're living all right, but they're all dried up. There's no clear sign of life. If you look at the skin, you would say clearly there's a problem, because the system that produces healthy skin, there is obviously a dysfunctional situation that is not working properly, and there are external signs that something is wrong on the inside. So John said there's the house of mercy, there's the marquee outside, there's the house of grace, 5 porches, clearly it's all set up, it's all nicely arranged, but on the inside the people are still in the same predicament that they were when they came. I mean, they all gravitated to this place because this was the one place in Jerusalem that I could go and get the kind of help that I need. Maybe it came by referral. You ought to go down to Bethesda. And it was a poor referral because evidently nobody is getting the kind of help that they really need. Poor referral. Because if people really understood what their needs were and they knew exactly where to get their needs met, they would gravitate to that place. I mean, Walmart. And I hate to keep bringing up Walmart. I brought up Walmart yesterday and I bring up Walmart again today. Listen, Walmart has everything. I mean, why get in a car and run all over town to different places 5 miles apart when you can go to one store that has everything? And they say that it's price, you know, is lower. The prices are slashed, right? And if you can get everything at a bargain, I mean, if you can get a good deal on everything, why shop all over the place? You can get your pharmaceuticals, you can get clothing, you can get hygiene products, you can get anything at Walmart. Am I right? You can get bicycles, exercise equipment, you can get toys, you can get food, everything at Walmart. So why would we travel all over the world, all over the city, when there's one place that does it all? Y'all thinking about the church? What if the church did it all? And people that you have not seen in years, and you are in high school, you can ultimately run into them at Walmart because everybody goes to Walmart. Am I telling the truth? Everybody goes into Walmart. And you just stand by the door, you see old classmates, folk who you haven't seen in a while, because we all as human beings have some of the same needs. And if we go to the place that meets our needs, we're guaranteed to run into somebody that we haven't seen in years. What about the church? Better yet, what about the discrepancy? What about our marquees on the outside that says House of Mercy?
All right, preacher.
Place of Grace. In here you'll find solutions to your problems. In here, no matter what your damage is, no matter what your issues are, no matter what your predicaments are, in this place called the House of Mercy or the Church of Christ, somehow, some way, they're able to meet your needs. They specialize in meeting the needs of people. But what if there's a discrepancy between 2 and 3? And what if, according to chapter number 3, there are multitudes of people that are only coping? They're just laying there. He says, in these lay a multitude that are still in the same condition that they were in when they came. Okay? But it's called the House of Mercy. And the people that need the help the most are just lying there. They're not being helped. They're kind of coping. They're just kind of mulling through it. If I can make this a little relevant, the addicted are still addicted. Okay. The hurt still hurt. The wounded still wounded. They dress up, but the issues are still there. The broken homes, broken lives, broken families, and marriages, they're still the same. And they come each and every week, they frequent the place, but they're not finding or accessing what they need for the healing. That's the problem. What's going to happen ultimately is people will stop going. Because every time I go to Walmart, I can't get needle and thread. So now I'm frustrated because what I need is not there. So the people that work there, sometimes they don't even care whether or not they have that product because they don't know specifically what it is that you need. They know that they work there, they should be there, they have a certain time to be on the clock, and they're there to serve you in any way that they can, but sometimes they can care less if your specific product is there because they're more concerned about the paycheck. Okay? And you come in with a specific need, and each time you come, they say, we don't have that here. They say, I know you have this problem, this issue, and yes, it's your third time coming, but we don't have it. We didn't order